The nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, remains an unspoiled paradise for divers, hikers, and naturalists. Brimming with things to do outdoors, it is the largest of the Windward Islands, and features dramatic volcanic landscapes, with lush rainforests, waterfalls, lakes, gorges, rivers, steamy hot springs, and the highest mountains in the eastern Caribbean. The rugged coastline shelters rustic coastal villages and rocky black sand beaches, many of which are good snorkeling or diving spots. Colorful Roseau, the main town and capital of the island, reflects the island's cultural roots in its food, art, languages, and customs. Number 1. Morne Trois Pitons National Park. Morne Trois Pitons National Park is the jewel of Dominica. Encompassing much of the island's mountainous interior, the park is primordial rainforest, from thick jungle, with giant ferns and wild orchids, to the stunted cloud forest, on the upper slopes of 1,424-meter-high Morne Trois Pitons. Highlights of the 17,000-acre UNESCO World Heritage Site include beautiful lakes, like Boiling Lake and mist-shrouded Boeri Lake, and many of the most picturesque waterfalls in Dominica also lie in this lush park, including Victoria Waterfall, Trafalgar Falls, Emerald Pool, and Middleham Falls. Number 2. Trafalgar Falls. The hike to Trafalgar Falls is one of the most popular things to do in Dominica. Known as Mother and Father, these twin falls lie at the end of an easy 10 to 15-minute hike through a forest of ginger plants and vanilla orchids. The cool main stream of Trafalgar Falls originates in the mountains and is joined near the bottom by a hot mineral spring. You can take a dip in the hot and cold pools amid the sulfur-dyed rocks at the base of the falls. Number 3. Middleham Falls. It is easy to see why Middleham Falls is deemed one of the best waterfalls in Dominica. It is beautiful, soothing, and refreshing. Also set in Morne Trois Pitons National Park, this captivating cascade plummets about 200 feet from the mountains of Laudet. It's such a steep drop that some visitors say the water seems to fall straight from the heavens. If you're hoping to hike to the falls, prepare yourself for an uphill climb that will be challenging for children and others who feel more comfortable with an easy hike. Be sure to wear proper hiking shoes, as the ground can get slippery, and bring water, as there are no facilities on site. If you're feeling adventurous, pack a bathing suit and jump off the cliff into the cool pool below. It's an experience you won't forget. Be sure to have a camera at the ready, as the backdrop is stunning. Number 4. Boiling Lake. Boiling Lake is one of the most popular attractions in Morne Trois Pitons National Park. This eerie-looking pool of bubbling grey-green water lies at the end of a strenuous 3-hour hike through thick forest. But it's worth it. Geologists believe the 63-meter-wide, actively boiling lake, the world's second largest, is a flooded fumarole, a crack in the earth, allowing hot gases to vent from the molten lava below. The temperature at the edge of the lake ranges from 82 to 92 degrees Celsius, and is at boiling point in the center. If you're hiking after a rainstorm, take extra care, as the trail becomes slick and muddy. Guides are highly recommended. Number 5. Snorkel or dive at Champagne Reef. Dominica's most famous dive and snorkel site, Champagne Reef, lies in a marine reserve off the country's southwest coast. Geothermal activity causes thousands of bubbles to emerge from beneath the rocks a few feet from shore. Batfish, seahorses, barracuda, rays, squid, and trumpetfish are just some of the species found in the warm waters here. You can swim to the site from the rocky, black sand Champagne Beach. but it's best to try and time your visit around the cruise ship groups for a more tranquil experience. Number 6. Relax on Dominica's beaches. Most visitors choose a vacation in Dominica for hiking and nature, but you can still find some pretty slices of coast on this lush Caribbean island. Dominica beaches are mostly volcanic black sand beaches, although the sand can actually look grey, depending on the light. Morne Beach is one of the most popular stretches of coast. About a 25-minute drive from the capital, Roseau, it's a favorite place to visit for the cruise ship crowd. You can rent sun loungers and umbrellas, and purchase snacks and drinks from funky bamboo shacks along the shoreline. If you're looking for things to do in Portsmouth, Dominica's second largest town, head to Purple Turtle Beach. This is another lovely, palm-studded stretch of beige-hued sand, with a popular namesake restaurant along its edge. Number 7. Papillote Tropical Gardens. Pretty Papillote Tropical Gardens are a haven for artists, botanists, and photographers. Fed by a small stream, these 10-acre gardens form the grounds of a charming eco-lodge, the Papillote Wilderness Retreat. Paths wind among bamboo trees, ginger blossoms, indigenous orchids, bromeliads, and begonias. You can also see many frogs, birds, and butterflies in the lush gardens. Parts of the property offer beautiful views of the mountains and valley, and you can enjoy a soak in the retreat's mineral-rich pool, fed by a nearby hot spring. Number 8. Visit the model village in Kalinago territory. Dominica has the largest remaining tribe of the Kalinago people in the Caribbean. If you want to learn a little about their fascinating culture, you can visit Kalinago Barana Aute, a model village on the northeast coast, about 20 miles from Roseau. Nestled amid banana and breadfruit trees, the village is a cluster of traditional wooden buildings. You can wander around the village and watch the Carib Indians carving dugout canoes, weaving baskets and mats, and sharing their knowledge of medicinal plants. The Caribs survive through fishing and agriculture, as well as the crafts they sell to visitors. The village is a little off the beaten track, but it adds interesting cultural insight to this fascinating country, and is one of the more unusual things to do in Dominica. Number 9. Roseau. Framed by lush peaks, Dominica's capital of Roseau is a colorful jumble of West Indian cottages and busy market stalls with a cool vibe. Unlike other Caribbean capitals, you won't find any glitzy shops or chain stores here, just locally owned stores and a friendly local vibe. Roseau's waterfront features a seaside promenade and cruise ship dock, which is crowded with visitors during the busy winter season. Near the dock, in the center of town, the old market of Roseau sells fresh tropical fruit, vegetables, herbs, baskets, and coconut shell souvenirs. Number 10. Cabrit National Park. The park preserves lush rainforest, swampland, black sand beaches, and thriving coral reefs. This scenic peninsula reveals a panoramic view from its highest point, and the reefs offer some excellent snorkeling and diving opportunities. The park is also home to one of the most interesting historical sites in Dominica. Here, you can visit the remains of Fort Shirley, an 18th-century British garrison, with beautiful views of Prince Rupert Bay. A little museum at the entry sheds light on Dominica's colonial history. Hiking trails take you through some of the jungly terrain, past the ruins of the garrison, and to viewpoints with sweeping vistas of the town of Portsmouth, the lush mountains, and the blue sea beyond. Benches pepper the area, providing picturesque places to stop and rest. Hope you liked Dominica. Thanks for subscribing.